Hello and welcome to episode 10 of this Farmer Fred Manor Lords Early Access Let's Play series. Can't believe we're already 10 episodes into this, and somehow we are starting in winter again. It's cold, we've got plenty of food, we've got plenty of fuel. Our people are pretty happy, so I think we're in a good spot. We left last episode with wanting to upgrade this row of 5 houses here. And I think that is exactly what we're going to do now. We will go through and do these one by one. So it's quite a bit of cost associated with these. So you've got 25 regional wealth, 4 timber, 8 planks, and 4 roof tiles. And if you're doing multiple of these, I would definitely recommend you always set the priorities here. So they just work on one at a time. For me, I think that just makes a lot more sense. So I'm just going to do those 3 first, and then we'll do those 2. And then I think also we can upgrade this to a level 2. And eventually we will upgrade these all to level 3 as well. But for some reason we keep struggling a little bit with the fuel supply and things for those. I think that's fine. See if we can get these fully built. Pretty cool to see, isn't it? The actual process of them upgrading the house and the work that is done. I'd like to see a bit more, I guess, of the details in this possibly. But I can absolutely understand why they haven't gone through a complete animation for the whole building process. I think that would be quite, maybe a bit too much. But you can see stuff step by step, you know, plank by plank. You can see the roof stuff coming on later in the process. So it's pretty cool. And they're just going floor by floor. And it's when they get the materials as well. These guys have all the planks they need, but they don't have enough timber. I imagine it does it as a percentage of the actual resources that they have available. And how many roof tiles do we have left, actually, come to think of it? 31, so we've got plenty. So, yeah, that's loads more. And after we upgrade these, of course, we're going to get another development point. So we will be past this mark of a small town and we will be into a medium town. And I think our development point is going to go on to sheep breeding. I think that's really what we want with this pasture over here. We've got 18 sheep now, which is pretty wild. But I do think it would be also very, very useful to have the fertilization option. Maybe we do that in the short term because I think farming is obviously the key here. And we're doing all right for cash, so I think actually buying sheep for now is okay. I mean, we could also have a sheep farm. Maybe let's build that on the outskirts over here. Got all these guys huddled together in winter. They're absolutely knee-deep in snow right now. They got nothing to do. Well, don't know how that zoom out just happened. Alrighty. I'm waiting for this massive influx of apples that I've been promised from these orchards. It's not quite happening yet. We've got a decent supply, but it's not huge. But I actually don't think it's been enough years yet. So, just need a bit more patience, I think. Oh, good. Where's that firewood stall? Okay, that's really good. I'm glad that is there. I really hope we get more firewood over to these houses because they seem to be struggling a lot. And we've got 14 months still. Charcoal kiln definitely would be really useful. Definitely would be really useful. I may even go for another woodcutter's lodge actually in this region. But let's see how we do for that. Oh, I also need to unassign any livestock we've got here. Okay, that's fine. So we have actually only two unassigned. I think we've got one on the logging camp. We have one on the saw pit as well? No. Not sure where the other one is then. But they're just waiting on that timber. I think we can probably already start those upgrades as well. Guess we just have that as medium and low. And then that's a good cascade of priorities. God, they're so slow bringing these logs. I think that's because they just all live over there. And they have to come all of that way. Just build a temporary path. Crazy that they go all the way around there. I mean, it's good that they stick to the pathing, right? That's obviously what they need to do. Now they're using a much more efficient path. Sometimes you really just have to go and investigate. If you think something's slow, go and investigate why it is. And I'm definitely going to build... The next 5 houses we build are all going to be focused on veggie plots, because we should have loads of insane amount of vegetables. We should never be really running out. And we might even have to have another artisan focused on bakery as well. We have... I mean, we don't have an insane amount of flour, to be fair, but we have a lot of grain. Although we do have 3 people on the windmill. Where's all of our grain? I'm worried, actually, that all of our grain gets taken really far away. It gets taken from here over to here to come back to here. That feels a little bit impractical. And definitely very inefficient. So we can we could go for 99% efficiency over here. I think that makes way more sense. But let's just, instead of doing that, let's just we can't move this one. So let's demolish it and rebuild. So I think this is one thing I just really love about this game, is that I always feel like, I mean, nothing has to be permanent. You don't ever really have to commit too much. You can really change things around based on how your settlement and everything is evolving. And it just gives you so much more flexibility in the way you want to play. You don't have to be super decided from day one that you're going to do everything in a certain way. I really like having that flexibility. I did promise in a previous episode Chicken Coop Alley at some point. We do have a couple of chicken coops over down here, and I think we could benefit from some more eggs as well, but maybe not right now. And we've got we have a lot of regional wealth right now. We've got a good amount of salt, and we're definitely selling some of our linen. I've got spare people to put onto the salt mine, I think. And how are we doing for... Let's get another person on the malt house, I think. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of barley. And we've got loads and loads of ale, so... Actually, I think that's fine as it is. But let's definitely get that windmill built. And we'll get some people on there. So we're not transporting stuff miles and miles and miles away. And that also solves our little pathing issue that we had earlier. Come to think of it. So I can probably just get rid of this one. And this one. And I'll build that there just for future. Maybe just a little one in there. Probably want it. Yeah, let's just do that. Might also move that stable just over on this side. And then you've kind of got a bit of a self-contained area there for certain things, or at least here. And there you go. We are a medium town. Lumbridge has been upgraded. That is awesome. And we're just coming out of winter as well. So hopefully we can get all of these veggies. We can get some apples. And berries will be growing as well. So we're down to 5 months worth of food. This could be pretty tight, actually. So for the time being, now we're at 1k influence. So until we get more online, I'm going to take this tithe. I'm going to take it down to 1%, just so that we have something. But I want to keep as much of our food as possible. Let's say for the next 2 years, I think. Let's get these trees and apples ready. We've got loads of bread, but it's not enough bread right now. And I think next farming season, we should just do... I think we should just do 1 barley and 1 flax and maybe 4 wheat instead. But these guys are producing a lot more flour now. So I think also it makes a lot more sense. We bring everything over to this granary. We've got the windmill there. And then that is going hopefully straight into our bakery here. But time to decide what we want to do with this development point. Are we going fertilization or are we going sheep breeding? Or are we going to go something completely different and random? I think maybe... How many sheep have we got? Where are they? 18. I think we let that build up a little bit before we do sheep breeding. And I think let's go with fertilization. Let's go for it. So we have fertilization unlocked now, and we're going to need quite a few. We're going to need quite a few planks to unlock some of these. I think actually just directly opposite would make sense, and these are good size fields. So let's just do those 2 to start with. Do that one as highest. Get that on the go. And I think, God, this is a very hectic episode already. We've achieved so much in just 12 minutes. We've got this lovely street now with all these beautiful level 3 burgage plots. They all seem to be pretty happy from what I can see. Everyone's got what they need, which is really good. We're at 96% approval. I think it's probably these guys who aren't fully happy. And I'm not fully convinced I want to upgrade those to level 3s yet, even though it will give me a lot more families in there. Not until they're getting the stuff they need. I think we need a much better food supply. 6 months just isn't enough. Those guys have eggs, though, as one of their variety. So what do these guys have? Apples and veggies. They're not getting any bread at all. Stick another person here. Do you know what? I am going to put someone on the communal oven, and maybe... Actually, no, I'm not. Immediately decided against it. So indecisive. Okay, we've got berries growing again. Let's get 1 on each of these. So that's another food resource, which will be really useful. And let's claim our second region for Farmer Fred. I think we are going to... Where do we... I think this feels like the right move, Valdbrand. We've got some stone. We've got a fishing pond, which is really the main reason why we're here. So let's claim this region and let's expand. And that's going to take a little bit of time to claim. Not really too long at all. You can just fast forward this while we have to wait for that. So these have been upgraded. And once they fallow, then the sheep can go over there. I believe that is how it works. And this is fallow right now. So let's increase that. We've still got quite a lot of planks. We don't have anyone on the saw pit though. And we've got 19 months worth of fuel. So we are definitely not struggling. And but we're still struggling to get the supply over here, which is why I feel like we need a separate. There we go. We've got Valbrand. I think we have a separate woodcutter's lodge over here that supplies these guys. That's just my thinking temporarily. So we have our second region claimed, and I think we want to settle in this region. And we're definitely going to build a fishing hut there. So what's the next step here? So we need to find, here it is, the settlers camp, which is 250. We haven't got enough. We are going to have to start taxing before we can pay for that. So I'm sorry guys, but we're going to start with a 20% tax. Lumbridge is being taxed by the man. Let's see how quickly we can build up this treasury money. We only need 250. We can. Oh, we have royal tax to deal with. So I think what we do, we can settle this already. Where are all the resources actually? So I think we probably want to settle here though, because we've got loads of wood. We've got some food. Don't have any berries, which is a bit of a pain. But we do have hunting over there. Maybe we just settle along the road. Trying to think, where are we going to build the houses? I think it depends how steep that is, if we can build houses there. I think as a first port of call, let's just go for a nice little cozy camp over here. And I think I'm going to actually wait until we have 500. And then we can start with a few more resources. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when we get these options as well. Because right now you can only go for town. Even though it is actually a village because it's so small. But let's see when that happens. So I think we're going to need... Let's build another woodcutter's lodge in this direction. Build it there for now. Is that their remit? Come on, guys. You should be expanding massively there. I think I might actually build another... I'm going to build a little cut through here. Trying so hard not to make straight roads. Just so it looks visually something different. But I will go for the same layout in having a bunch of veggie gardens. Are they big enough? I wonder actually how big you want to go. I think maybe let's go there. And I think 4 or do you think 3? Maybe we have these as big estate gardens. I think 3 is good. Let's go for 3. But we definitely need more logs. That's for sure. And we have another logging camp somewhere. Well, actually, that was the one that we moved, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm just going to, instead of moving it all the time, I'm just going to build another one. And then we've got the couple there. So, I mean, we've got quite a lot of money in the treasury, to be honest. So I think what I'd like to do is definitely put the tax down. I think I'm going to actually just put it down to 10. Maybe even 5, to be honest. And we can already afford the biggest one here. And I'm not worried about the royal tax. I think we can definitely afford that right now. So let's go for a little cozy camp. Where do we want it? We want it close to the fish because that's absolutely what we're going to be doing first. And we've got some wood here that we could immediately get rid of and then build some housing down here. I think we definitely don't want to be too far away from this. I think in the first instance, this is what we care about. Let's just go between these ferns. And let's go plentiful. I don't think I've ever had the plentiful one before. Always been too poor for it. There we go. So we have settled in Waldbrand. We now officially have 2 regions to care for Farmer Fred. And we have a lot of building to do. So we can unlock this lovely fishing node here, which we can eventually start trading. We first need to solve the initial crises that you have in any new region, which is making sure you have enough food, getting all of your supplies into various storage, and of course, giving your people somewhere to live. So those are all the things that we're going to cover in the next episode. And thank you so much for joining this one. It's actually been a really fun episode. I feel like we've got a lot of stuff done. And if you like the video, of course, give it a like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. I just really appreciate you watching this. And drop a comment and let me know what you think. If you have any feedback or if there's any other games or series or guides for Manor Lords that you'd like to see, would love to know that as well. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.